In politics, the loudest voice isn't always the truest, just the one that earns the biggest applause. What happens when a city mayor challenges the police chief to a fistfight, then flees the country before the big day? This isn't a soap opera. This is Philippine politics. And the main character is none other than Sebastian Baste Duterte, son of former President Rodrigo Duterte. He's now mayor of Davao and trending, not for achievements, but for a street thug persona that became meme material. I'm Janine, and this is Janine Jewer. When a microphone is used to provoke rather than explain, the public voice gets drowned out by the roar of ego. First question, why would a public official, especially a mayor, think it's appropriate to challenge the police chief to a duel? Not a debate, not a legal inquiry, but a boxing match. A statement released by Baste Duterte on video, full of emotion, seemingly oblivious to the ethical weight of his office. Remember, Baste is not an ordinary citizen. He is a regional leader, and the police general is supposed to be his ally in public safety. But when ego speaks, reason tends to go silent. In the video, Baste calls the police chief a coward. He claims he can beat General Torre in a physical fight. There's no legal context, no policy issue, just emotion, packaged to look like courage. But the public saw something else, an unprofessional move that disrespected the office. Sometimes silence is strength, and restraint doesn't mean defeat. It means choosing clarity over chaos. So, how did the other side respond? General Nicolas Torre III stayed calm. He didn't retaliate with anger. Instead, he transformed the challenge into an official charity boxing match. In a real ring, with a real purpose. This wasn't just a strategy, it was character. One side raised its voice, the other answered with reason and humanity. The event was scheduled at Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Sponsors were secured. Medical teams and security were arranged. Torre said, "If you want a fight, let's turn it into something meaningful." But it also begs the question, if this was truly about helping the people, why not lead a relief effort instead of picking a fight? Everything was ready, except for one thing. His opponent never showed up. Sometimes courage doesn't go to the ring, it goes to the airport. Quietly and without a word. Days before the match, the public was shocked. Baste Duterte had flown to Singapore. No press statement, no public explanation. The audience was waiting. The stage was set. So where did the fighter go? Was this part of a plan? Just a coincidence? Or a silent retreat? The public reacted swiftly and sharply. Memes flooded in. Sarcasm spread fast. Many noticed Baste echoing a familiar Duterte pattern. Loud on camera, absent in follow-through. Rodrigo, Paulo, and now Baste. Challenge first, disappear later. The bigger the stage, the deeper the shadows. But leadership is never measured by how loud the cheers are. It's measured by what remains after the lights go down. The public doesn't need drama, not theatrics, but leaders who speak with purpose and act within the Constitution. Unfortunately, in this case, we're seeing more performance than substance. Baste issued a challenge, but then shifted the focus, demanding drug tests for the president, the police chief, and other officials. What does that have to do with a boxing match? This isn't about drugs, it's about commitment. And so far, what we're seeing isn't bravery, it's narrative chaos. Torre remained composed. He didn't take the bait. He stood by his principle. If there's going to be a fight, let it serve the public. But the challenge changed course again. This isn't a fight about fists. It's a fight about fitness to lead. When rhetoric becomes a theater and action disappears off stage, the public has the right to ask, who are we really watching? A leader or the lead actor in a political parody? Final question, why does macho bravado still sell in Philippine politics? Have we become too used to politicians playing action heroes? Is loud rhetoric more captivating than public service? And how long will the people be forced to watch drama instead of seeing real governance? Because what this country needs isn't a street fighter, it's a statesman. We have the right to ask, to examine, to demand a new standard. Because true leadership doesn't belong to the loudest voice, but to the most consistent one. This is a moment of reflection. It's not about who wins the boxing match. It's about who shows up when it counts. And if there's one lesson to take from this, not everything that looks strong is truly brave. In politics, real courage isn't about calling people out. It's about showing up. It's not about who yells the loudest. It's about who stays when it matters. So, what do you think? Was Baste serious about the fight? Or was this just ego wrapped in politics? Why does the Duterte playbook keep repeating itself? Provoke first, retreat later. Share your thoughts in the comments. Is this leadership or just political cosplay? I'm Janine. This is Janine Jewer. See you in the next investigation.